Hello everyone, I bring you one today. Elephant's new vegetable basket bag. First of all, the package we received is the material package. Now let me walk you through the materials. Open the lunchbox. First of all, two such pins are portable. There is also a button like this that is buckled together. These are the two pins on the side of the bag. There is also a lanyard for such a pendant. And then there's a finished shoulder strap inside. And then there's a hardware bag like this. This is a finished elephant pendant. This is bottom of the bag. This is also the bottom of the bag. A stiffened gasket inside. Then it was just the two of us. These two large skins are the front and back pieces of the bag body. These two are exactly the same. First, let's check the hardware bag. Is there anything missing in it? So let me show you. You can find a storage item for this, because there are some small things in it that are easy to fall off. So the first one is a roll of string. There are two needles on it. Then a screwdriver. And then there's a little lever like this. Sometimes this small screw will suck on it. We take it off. Be careful not to drop it when opening it. Then there are one or two small barbells like this. Then there are two semicircles. There are also two such screws. Take a look, it's two. Two are used on one bag. And then there's this screw. UPCs are used on this bag with silk. Then put this unusable one aside for now. Now let's do the first step. The bottom is let's put this portable first. There are two portable ones in total. Then two large sheets of leather. What about our portable one? Well, we got the seam. Before sewing, we can take a closer look at what he has. The surface line is slightly thicker. Then there is one side of the line that is slightly thinner. Then put this on. What about the thick line on this side? I face it. And put it on the front. This is a little prettier. And what about when we made this portable? The first step is to knit you to look like me. These two bulges are facing up. And put it on our laptops like this. Like me like this. And then the other one too. Then get another portable. Take a look at this too, the thicker side of the line. This is also used in the same way. So like this. On this blockbuster sheet. The front and back are exactly the same. Now I will teach you how to make it. Then the first step is to take the line first. Oh, by the way, we also need to bring our own for home use. A lighter like this and a pair of small scissors will do. So first we are going to pick up the wire. First, make this portable thread. And the line, because it's so small. Take a large piece of this hand part. Two wires like this will do. Then cut. And then I'll teach you how to thread. And that thread goes through this pinhole. Then pull back the needle. Then use this needle. When the tip of the needle is about this position, prick it right in the middle of the line. Then pierce. Then pull the long one at the back. Just pull the needle. Let's put this unusable aside for now. You still need to pay attention to this. Take a look at the thicker side of the line. And I'm looking towards the side with the thicker lines. Take a closer look to see if the back is a little thinner. Then it's a little thicker here. I face him. Then carry this handheld like this. Press it on this large piece and sew it like this. Teach big today. It's done with a single needle. It will be easier. Then I put this portable and blockbuster. Well, the holes are aligned. Then we thread the needle from the back. I was the first needle through this hole. Then align. The first stitch here, first hole. Like this. Then leave a thread on the back. Hold down with your hand. Then like now we sew the hole forward. Then pull the line. Then use it again and go through this second hole. Then just sew it forward needle by needle. Then it's like sewing now. He is equivalent to skipping the needle, needle by needle. And then we keep yearning for the front seam. Then sew for a week. Then sew it back. Keep going like this. Okay, like I'm doing now, the week is already over. Still the same. 12 stitches each. Then there are all skipped needles. Then we continue to sew back. Sew this thread back. And then we can't sew on this side. Then we should be sewing back. And take the missing needle and we all feel it. And then when sewing this, don't be in a hurry. While sewing this, how hard are you pulling this thread? Basically, it should be more even. The sew lines will be more beautiful this way. Just keep it moving, needle by needle. Make up for what's missing. Then look back and sew this. Make up all the missing needles. And then we sew this back to where we started. And the opposite side is the same as this one. And then we are in the process of sewing. Be sure to take a look at this handheld. Don't twist like that. Then like this, press here, press here. The sewing method here is the same as here. Just sew it on, take your time. Now we have mended all this thread. Then I teach everyone to see. You can still see one more stitch. Then turn it round. Then teach everyone. Close the end. Like now, there's not a lot of needles. And then we sew it forward like this. then a stitch or two more. Like this. What about this thread? Exactly twice the length of this blockbuster. Just right. Then, cut the thread with scissors. What about when cutting the thread? Okay. The thread is about 5 毫米 in length from the leather. Basically it fits, then use a lighter. Bring your own lighter and burn it. Look at this, but don't hurt the leather. Press with this lighter. That's it. That's it. Okay, now we're going to take the hand of that reinforced piece. We're done. These two are identical. After sitting like this. Then the next step I teach you. Buckle this suction. It's the mouth. Put it on. Find some of this little ingredient in this storage bag. Then there are two left. Then we can sew on which side of these two at will. Which one is sewn on which piece? It's all the same. Either way. And then we go offline. This one is also very small. Just 2 stitches. Then go. Take twice the size of the blockbuster. Then we thread the needle. How to thread the needle? It's exactly the same as when it was sewn. Put this through. And then we use this needle tip. Tie it in the middle. Then pull the tail line at the back. That's all you need. What about this? We must pay attention when sewing. Then this small material is placed. Because one side of this material is textured, one side is smooth. Put it in this one like me. That's it. Then put in. What about after you place this little material? Next to this little material, there will be an extra row of pinholes on the side. Then there will be an extra row of pinholes here. This is for locking the needle. And then there's the hardware. I face this hardware. Then this large piece is smooth inside. That's correct. And we're going to do it with a single needle. It will be easier. Then use your hands. Hold the thread with our hands. And next to this small chain, we'll leave a needle empty. There's a needle on the side for us to prick. Then we can sew back. Like this. So we can let go. Just keep sewing forward like this. Then sew it here. Don't forget there are 2 extra pinholes here. Then sew all the way forward. When sewing to the finish. Then sew 2. Sew on the 2 holes on the side as well. Now we're just walking along. Like this. And we sewed these 2 bits. After sewing, let's take a look. This line has turned a whole circle. Turn it full this line. The other one also turned a full circle. Turned around for a week. And what's the next step? I'll teach you how to peel. We found another component. It's a little strip like this. There's a button on it. Here are the buttons. And then we split it. You can also close this little button. Open like this. Let's take one of them first. What about this little button? You can use it any way you want. Because the 2 sides are different. Let's take a look. Then take any one and put it on this side. And what about the bottom? Align the bottom and sew like this. When sewing, start from the bottom. Then sew to this position. Then we sew back. Put that missing line. Then fill it up. What about the other one? Also from the bottom. Start the needle at the bottom. When sewing to sew to this hole. This hole, and then we sew it back. Fill up all the lines. And then during the sewing process. To save effort. What about these two strips? We can sew on a large piece. Is that so? Then maybe one. One of the strips is on the blockbuster. There's another strip on top of the blockbuster. Then what about when the material is used? This leather is textured on one side. There are no lines inside. It is particularly smooth. This particularly smooth one is the inside. Then let's not confuse this direction. Now let me show you how to sew. So first, we are going to pick up the wire. What about this curve? It's 4 times the length of the line that was taken from the blockbuster. This is the remaining line from last time. The roots cut it. Threading the needle is still exactly the same. Pull in the middle. Like this. We're going to align the bottom of this. Then this row of holes and a large row of holes below. And then we line it up. Then start sewing like this all the way to this position. Then we sew back. I'm going to start the needle now. You can go through any pinhole in the back. Direct. The two leather materials must be aligned. Or press the thread with the other hand. What about during our sewing process? The strength of this wire should be basically uniform. Because he doesn't appear that kind of particularly loose. And especially tight. This kind of wiring will be more beautiful. And then during the sewing process, well, we must pay attention. That hole must be aligned. You can't skip one. One more so then. It looks like this. Now, what about this line? It also skips the needle. Then keep sewing. Sew to our position. Then sew it back like this. Then we sew forward now. I'll replenish the needle later, when walking back. Like me, it's the last stitch now. And sew the last stitch. Like me. And then when you sew this needle, we started sewing back. Be sure not to turn this way. Be sure to sew back. You have to sew back through this pinhole like this. Then sew it to the bottom position. This thread is sewn. Like me. Just sew this side. Then come and sew the other side. And on the other side, it's another strip. Put it here. It's exactly the same as right here. Production method. Just put it here and sew it on. Like this. Now we're going to pick up the wire. Or take 3 times the size of this blockbuster. The production method here and here is the same. Then we will not repeat the explanation. Like this. And we're going to sew these two edges together. There's a strip inside. Let's take a look. These two are the same. This is the pattern, it must face out. This glossy side faces in. That's all you need. It's cracked after sewing. Like this. So what's next? It's to put these two pieces. Like this. Put it together. Sew a thread here. Like this. And then what about the other side? What about the other side? Same thing. Put it together. What's next? We're still here to pick up the thread. Again, 4 times the length of the blockbuster. Line is fine. Then the next step is to thread the needle. Or use this needle tip from the middle of the thread. Through. Pull the end of the line. wrong. Use the tip of the needle in the middle of the line. Cross the blue line. And then there's the strip that holds the big piece down. And then they line up on the bottom. It's actually the same as this seam. Same method. And then we start the needle. It also starts from the back here. Align the bottom. Prepare a hand, to press this thread. In fact, what about this sewing method? It's all the same. Because of the way we do it now. It's all a single needle. It's like this after sewing. After the jump. Let's go back and sew again. Then remove the missing needle. Just fill in the pinholes. Keep sewing like this. What about when you sew to the head and then sew to this head? Sew this stitch. Then we're going to turn round. Coincide with this line. It's the same thread as last time. That's the only difference. When I get this stitch, and you sew it across. Sew this stitch, then sew back. Just rewind it. Like now, 1 stitch away. We're about to sew here. Then take this needle. Tie over. Then sew it here. We're going to stop. Then we need to use another piece of hardware. And then we put it in this little packet. Find it out. I want to use this semicircle. 2 in total. And then 1, put it in like this. And then when we sew and sew. So until now, I got this stitch. Put this half moon ring in place too. Then we have to pay attention. Then another stitch. Let's take a look. It's this needle in this little material. To be with these 3 stitches here. Hey, these 3 stitches have to overlap. And did you finish this last stitch? No. And now we put on the back of this little material. Now stick this needle directly. Pull it like this. This little handle, these 3 stitches are symmetrical with these 3 stitches. Like this. And then we get this stitch. Look at this thread, be sure to tighten it. Well, the thread has been filled. Then because this place is when we have to memorize. That shoulder strap is to be hung on it. Because it belongs to a load-bearing place. Then we sew one more time. This is it, the wire in this place is double pay off. It might be firmer. It's a double pass now. Everybody pay attention. And now it's a double pass. The second time has been sewn. And then when we get this stitch, we prick it. And you have to pay attention. Lift this little material up here. Only tie this big skein and this one on the outside. Then lift the bottom one up. So we pull the line over. There you go. And let's take a look. Then put this empty needle place. And then we all patched it up. Then this place is not good for us. This is not good. Then we sew along this line all the way down. Sew to this bottom position. And the opposite side is exactly the same as this side. It's also done at the bottom when we sew. Start sewing here, and you just put this semicircle in there. Then from this needle. Then start walking sideways. Come this way, then come back. Come back and go back. Come back and it's a double line. Then during this needle, be sure to lift this little material behind this. It's under this layer of small material. Just pull the thread over. And then the sewing method is exactly the same. And we're going to fill in the needles. We'll fill this hole with the missing pinhole and thread. So now we've got both sides. Do it first and then look like this. And we're one step away. That's the bottom, we're going to go up. Then find a bottom one. Find this sheet. Then during the sewing process, we pay attention to it. The textured one is the front. This smooth and untextured one is the reverse side. And then I teach you how to do it. Like this curve. Let's just take 8 times the length of this blockbuster line is enough. To 3. Then cut it. Well, we're going to need a double needle. Because of this thread, it's very long. It's not easy to do with needles one by one. And the double needle looks like this. Or use a needle. Run this line through the middle of the line. Then pull this thread tail. Then at the other end of the line. Let's stick another needle. Still the same way. Stuck in the middle of the line. Then pull. 2 needles like this. The length of this thread is cut in half. And what about this blockbuster movie? The front and back are exactly the same. And now I found it. Then let's pay attention to this hole. There's a big hole in it. And what about this piece? There is also a big hole here. We are in the process of sewing. Let's look for it ourselves. There will definitely be this big hole. And what about this sheet? This also has. If you don't look good. If it's hard to find, we can also line it up like this. And the holes here align with the holes here. Then pinch it like this. Like this, you squeeze it. You can see it now. It must be big. Then there is also one on the opposite side. And here. This side is also available here. Then the sides are all here. Then in the middle, a hole like this needs to be right in the middle of the blockbuster. Then the opposite, yes, right in the middle of another blockbuster. And what about this big hole on the side? Yes, in our. This strip. Isn't there an empty needle now? The needle in the middle of this long strip. Then the opposite is also. There is also one opposite. Now we start to sew. Before we sew. 1. Be sure to align these 4 holes. Especially when we start needles. The first large hole must be aligned. In the middle of the blockbuster. And the middle of this little sheet. This big hole must be aligned. Then it can't be right or wrong. Then you must take a look after you stick the needle on. Let's check it out. Like this double needle. One of the needles goes through the big hole. Like me. And you find this piece, the needle in the front. This needle has a large hole, then also make big holes. Then put the needle at the back. Stuck in another hole. Just do it. 2 needles like this. At the same time, pull it over. The whole first root. Then we use this needle in front. This line. The back line is holding down with our fingers. Use the previous line. Then go this way. When did this start? Just slow down. And then the sewing method is actually exactly the same. When we sew at the bottom, be sure to pay attention. The tightness of this thread must be consistent. iPhone will look better. Then we sew a few stitches. Use this needle at the back. Start with the back. Then put the front. The empty part in front. You make it up. It is here that the difference between a double needle and a single needle is. You are like a single needle, one needle is sewn all the time to. And what about this double needle? It's the front needle with a few stitches. And then the back needle is going to catch up. Just add this needle by needle like this. We're just going to move forward needle by needle. I won't show them one by one. How about now? And we sewed this leather on the bottom. And there's a reinforced base plate inside. Now we find that base plate. It's this white one. The base plate is because of this base plate. Well, here's a roll. Well, when you received it, it is possible that it is curved like this. And then we fold it. Then don't use too much force. Or if it's curved like this, you just put it in like this. Put it in the bottom like this. Then we find the screws you need. Then find 2 or 2 such barbells first. Then open this one above this one. This is useless. Take this off. Put that aside. Then use the screw here. Go through this hole first. Just where to first. Lest it fall. It looks like this after wearing it. Then at bottom, there are holes in the leather of this base plate and this bottom. Align it. And then we found this little barbell. Removed from above. Press it on top first. Let's just press it with our hands first. Reinforce it with a screwdriver. Then the opposite is the same method. Now what about our 4 bottom nails? Just install the anti-wear bottom nails. Then we find our screwdriver. Use this screwdriver to jam the screw inside. And then this hand is holding down. Hold down this peg. Then reinforce it with a screwdriver. Be sure to use a little force when strengthening this. Make sure it's solid. And now this bottom, we're done. And what's the next step? Okay. There are 2 decorative nails next to it. It is also necessary to use what is needed. We press it on. Now we find this nail and go through here. The one worn is double layered. Then this small material inside has to be worn together. If there is an opaque hole, just use this screwdriver to pass it through. Then put it this. Previous section. Opposite, it's the same method. Use a screwdriver to pass it through first. Reinforce it with a screwdriver. Then the bag is ready. Now I have one last step left. It's our elephant pendant. This leather has 2 sides. Then use this side to pass it through. This is inside. Inside facing up. Go through this hole. And here are the 2 holes. Then put it. Use this thread to sew 2 stitches. This thread must be sewn several times. Make sure it's firm. That's it. Cut the thread short. Burn it with our lighter. Then what about this bag? Is this pendant placed? Well, look at yourself. You can put it whichever side you like. So we're done with this pendant. Hang it here. This bag is even finished. Then we found that we have another one here. Like this, already made shoulder straps. Take it out. Then our hook is hung on this one. Hang it on both sides. Now, our bag is completed. A bag of good quality. Thanks for watching. Thank you very much.